This is take 4. I never struggle with my videos like this, so this is really interesting. Happy International Women's Day 2020. Um, and why do I celebrate International Women's Day? I celebrate International Women's Day because women have fought tirelessly and sacrificed a hell of a lot in the past for me to have the life that I have now, and I am grateful for that. I am grateful that I get to be my own boss, that I get to choose what I wear, that I get to choose how I look every single day, that I'm not expected to behave a certain way. I guess we all are, but I choose not to, and for the most part, I am celebrated and loved for who I am. And I feel that when I live a slightly different lifestyle to mainstream Australia, that I am very blessed to be loved and supported for who I am. And I know that that has come because women before me sacrificed their rights to be who they wanted to be, to fight to ensure I had the right to be who I want to be. And that is also why I am an exceptionally proud feminist and become quite irate when people label feminists a certain way. And just Bettina Arndt's name flashed into my head then. I've got to get over my issues with her. Because I am proud feminist and I am not anti-men. I love men. I love some men more than others, but I love men. I love some women more than others, so that's fair. It's not. I love some people more than others because of my knowledge of them and my connection with them. God, I'm full of shit sometimes. But I'm not anti-men at all. I have suffered at the hands of men. I have equally suffered at the hands of women. And I think sometimes us women are our own worst enemies because we can be quite horrible to one another. I am very blessed in my life that I am pretty much surrounded by women who are my sisters. And I mean that in every sense of the word. I've obviously got my birth sisters, I've got my extended family sisters, and then I've got my tribe sisters. And I have many tribes of sisters. I feel so goddamn blessed and eternally grateful for them because in that feminine wisdom, my soul is nourished, nurtured, and loved and treasured, and there's nothing like it. And I wish that for all of humanity, for everyone to find that we are all one tribe and that we can function and live together in happiness, in love, in peace, wanting the best for each other and working towards achieving that as a whole community. For me, that's what feminism is, and that's what International Women's Day is about. It's about creating community, and we have to start somewhere. And I get very frustrated when I hear people say, well, what about an International Men's Day? Well, fuck off. International Men's Day, that's every fucking day because the patriarchy fucking rule our society. And if you are going to argue with me about that, I wouldn't. Number one, I'm not going to change my opinion. Number two, you've probably not got much to offer me in the way of even encouraging me to think about my opinion. And number three, I'm a woman in a patriarchal society, and I have lots of examples of how this society favours men over women from my own lived experience, which you are not allowed to question because it's not your experience, it's mine. That came a bit of passion and anger. That hasn't turned up in any of the other 500 videos I've tried to shoot. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep this one short because I'm rambling and there's really no point to it because I just want to video it. I don't know why, because I'm an idiot, probably. Anyway, I celebrate International Women's Day because I am a woman and I feel blessed to live the life that I live in freedom, where I get to make decisions. I was going to say for my body, and that has not necessarily been the truth. Well, there's a whole other video there, and I'm not even talking about sexually. I had to have, well, may as well go there, why not? Found a lump in one of my boobs last year, the year before last, and had to go and have a mammogram and ultrasound on it. And I did some research and I decided that I did not want the mammogram, I just wanted the ultrasound. And when I did the research, I did not just go to like online groups. I went into medical research because I had a feeling that the mammogram was not a good idea. And I don't care whether you agree with me on this or not. I'm not interested, really not interested. Because what ended up happening was I went in and I cancelled the appointment for the mammogram and kept the ultrasound. And when I was lying on the table with my top half completely obviously naked because they were doing the ultrasound, the nurses just raised their eyebrows at me, but the doctor came in, and whilst I was lying there in what I perceived to be a very vulnerable position, he started to lecture me on the merits of mammogram, and he made me know, because I'm giving my power to him, but in that situation I did feel very vulnerable, and I felt very put upon by him and the others who did not respect my wishes. And upshot, I had a choice here, and I always hate this when I do this, because at the time I didn't feel like there was too much for choice for me, and I didn't have the strength within me to stand my ground and say, nah, not doing it. And so I ended up having the mammogram, which is the most uncomfortable thing, but also not beneficial on the research that I had done. Not interested in your facts. So please don't share them with me. And felt very put upon by that. And I felt very vulnerable. And that's not right. My wishes should have been respected, and they weren't. And I think that's symptomatic of how women sometimes feel in this society. And I'm not saying that men don't feel that way. I am quite sure they do, and in fact I know that they do. But I am talking about my experiences, and as a woman we often feel that we are not respected as a human the way that we probably should be. And that the fight for that equality, the fight for that moving forward, is one of the reasons that I'm a feminist, and one of the reasons that I celebrate International Women's Day. So, to all of my sisters out there, I love you. To all of the men in my life, likewise love you, and am grateful for you, because the men in my life do respect me as a whole person for the most part. And all part, and I am very, very grateful for that. And that includes the 2 feral dogs that I have at my house who are male. But I think that we all need to celebrate our uniqueness, our freedom to be who we want to be, our freedom to live our best lives, whatever that may look like for us, so long as it's not involving hurting other people. And for me, International Women's Day does all of that. Ramble. Got off track. Have a good Sunday.